When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people.
This is Make We Talk breaking news. Good morning. We come on live this morning with some breaking news out of Kingston, Jamaica, out of the People's National Party camp. With us, I have with me right now Conrad O'Brien of New Salt 93 FM. Conrad, what's the breaking news? Go ahead.
Indeed, Jeffrey. Good morning to you and your listeners right here and Make We Talk Radio. Jeffrey, this morning we can confirm that coming out of the leader of the opposition office, Mark Jefferson Golden, he has delivered this morning with, responding to the massive call coming out of the Jamaican people on this latest situation with Dennis Meadows. And we can confirm that Dennis Meadows has been axed from the People's National Party slate by Mark Jefferson Golden as candidate down there in Northern Trelawney, based on that speech that he made on the political platform endorsing scammers. And indeed, we all know the situation here in Jamaica with scammers. So again, we can confirm that the leader of the opposition, Mark Jefferson Golden, has acted in a rather decisive manner in removing Dennis Meadows as one of the People's National Party candidates this morning. It's been very, very interesting to see the development that will be coming out of the Jamaica Labour Party camp and the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Michael Holness. We are waiting with bated breath to see what happens.
Before I let you go, Conrad, I want the listeners and the viewers to hear what Mr. Meadows said. Why the president of the People's National Party takes such a drastic action. This is what he said.
Yeah. And I speak to the youth man them for the corner, you know. Especially one who call themselves Chopper. Let me tell you straight up. And he can speak openly. I have no problem with a man if he want chop. Because them chop us during slavery. So nothing wrong if we chop them back. My only problem with the chopping is when you bingo and you score. Use the money wisely.
Yes.
Set up yourself.
Yes.
Open a business.
Yes.
Make sure mommy look good.
Yes.
Make sure your baby mother look good.
Yes.
But don't take the money and use energy and wash car. And use US dollar like cigarette.
Alright.
Full business now.
True.
There's a reason why money is called liquidity.
Yes.
It's liquid. And if you don't tie it on your hand, it leaks out your hand no matter what you have.
Yes.
So nothing wrong with what you do.
This is Make We Talk breaking news. News just coming into our news center that Dennis Meadows has been sacked from the People's National Party camp as MP candidate. I have with me none other than Conrad O'Brien of New Salt 93 FM. Conrad, I know you have to go, but you got to tell the people who are just coming on, what is the breaking news, sir?
Indeed, Jeffrey, the breaking news is that Mark Jefferson Golden, the opposition leader, and party president, PNP party president, had acted in a rather decisive manner in axing Dennis Meadows from its slate of candidate based on the speech that you have just played, where he seems to endorse the scammers by saying he sees nothing wrong with it and so on. And I want to say this morning, Jeffrey, because, you know, as someone who have to report the news, you know, talk about it, commentate on it. But at the end of the day, you're a human being, you develop relationships and so on and all of that. And I must tell you that this morning, for me, it's a particularly sad morning, a very, very sad morning, because Dennis Meadows, I called him friend. He is someone that we develop a very, very good relationship. And I saw him as one of those bright spark, you know, somebody who knows how to hit the political platform, who seems to be a hard worker, a committed person. And it is indeed sad to see that Dennis had made such a faux pas, and this has cost them his political career. Very, very sad indeed. But when you look at it, I believe that the opposition leader actually acted with aplomb and showing his party, and by extension Jamaica, that he is in a no-nonsense mood and he is prepared to act by his word. Remember now that Mark Golden's mantra is about fighting corruption. He has been pummeling the Andrew Holness-led administration about Andrew himself, Prime Minister Andrew Holness himself, being unable to have his filing certified for 3 consecutive years. He has also been pummeling the illicit six and other corruption that has plagued the Holness administration. So I gather Mr. Golden had to act, and he had acted in a rather decisive way. This morning, the 29th day of February 2024, at about 9:25 or so, we got that report coming out of the OLO, out of the opposition leader's office and the PNP headquarters at 89 Old Hope Road.
Conrad, based on all of this developing now, Conrad, the Jamaican people are waiting for the Prime Minister of Jamaica to act on and when they come on to Everett Warmington. And I hope the Prime Minister of Jamaica act. Go ahead, sir.
Absolutely, Jeffrey Tavares. And I tell you this, that I believe that the Prime Minister will have to telegraph something other than just removing Warmington from the cabinet. And what do I mean by that? There is an election that is expected. Certainly, it's due by September of next year. However, based on the Jamaican constitution, the Prime Minister could decide to go to the poll at any time of his choice. And the signal must also be sent that while Warmington will be removed from the cabinet, he will not be on the slate of candidate for the Jamaica Labour Party. I believe the Prime Minister had to put that addendum there as well, in addition to firing Everett Warmington. And the people of Jamaica and the international community, the diaspora, waiting and watching. And I believe that this morning the sale is definitely with Mark Golden and the PNP. He had taken first blood here.
In other words, is that Mr. Gold may have been listening to the program last night, Conrad O'Brien?
well.
Jeffrey Tavares calling for him to step aside. What do you think?
Well, let's put it this way. I know that the operatives within the political sphere, they listen to us, they listen to all the broadcasts, they listen to the broadcast here on radio, they listen on all the platform, and your platform here, Jeffrey, is a very powerful one, the Make We Talk platform. So no doubt, I would hazard a guess that they definitely listened to us last night when we were on your platform here, Jeffrey Tavares.
Yes. Conrad Brian from New Salt 93 FM. I know you have to go, so I'll let you go. Thank you for coming on.
God
Unless
bless you.
unless you want to stay some time more. You want to stay some more time?
No, I can wrap with you in another 5 minutes. I give you 5 more.
Yes,
I
but
give
Conrad,
you 5 more.
Conrad, if the way how Mark Golden moved so swiftly to say to Dennis Meadows, what you did is uncalled for. What you did doesn't represent the party that doesn't represent the party that Michael Manley led. Doesn't represent the party that Portia Simpson Miller led. So you have to go. I personally think
PJ and PJ Patrice,
yes,
Peter Phillips, and now Mark Golden.
right. So I personally believe that if Andrew Holness want his credibility in a sense to resonate with the Jamaican people, I think what he needs to do is tell Mr. Warmington to step aside.
Well, remember now, Jeffrey, that credibility has been waning thin with the Prime Minister and the government that he led now based on various things. You know, we don't even have to enumerate them here. But that in itself, he is underwater at this time. And I believe he has absolutely no choice than to act. Certainly, the currency is with Mark Golden and the PNP now because he drew first blood. And remember now that Warmington had sent the strongest message that he is prepared to victimize Jamaicans across the length and breadth of Jamaica, because even though he talked about the Old Harbour situation there, he is Minister of Government, and he said no PNP councillor will spend his money referring to the taxpayers' money of Jamaica. How out of order can one be? It don't get any lower than this. And as I said before, the Prime Minister have to act, and he will have to act in a very, very decisive manner for anybody to even turn their eyes and look at him. There's also another situation there here in Jamaica. Kim Brown Lawrence, right? The councillor down there in St. Anne, who is charged and facing the court. In my humble opinion, she should not have nominated and run on the Jamaica Labour Party ticket. She retained the seat, but that's another one that I believe that the people of Jamaica should have some interest in. If we're really...
And also, Mr. O'Brien, the Labour Party member in St. Thomas, the councillor there, who was running for councillor, who drew his gun and a citizen of Jamaica. You hear nothing from the FLA. You hear nothing from Fitz Bailey. The Prime Minister, in other words, the Prime Minister and the Member of Parliament for that era justifying why the man drew his gun. So in other words, in other words, Conrad O'Brien, is it that the Parliament of Jamaica has some trigger happy people sitting in there?
Well, I wouldn't go so far, because you know we have not seen the gentleman in question. He's not not a parliamentarian and so on.
Sorry, let us withdraw that.
So I wouldn't say that. But certainly, Jeffrey, where I want us to stay is the decisive manner in which Mark Golden acted. And this is sending a signal now that this is the norm. And I believe that, a lot of people are basically hailing Mark Golden this morning to act in such a decisive manner, and it speaks volume. The momentum is definitely with the PNP coming out of the local government election, and certainly Mark Golden decided that he will squander none of it, and he acted very, very decisively, with aplomb, as I like to say, Jeffrey.
Conrad O'Brien, the fireman of New Start 93 FM, thank you for coming on.
God bless you. All the best. Take care.
God bless you too, my friend. Thank you very much. There you have it. Breaking news. Very well. Breaking news out of Kingston City, Jamaica. The People's National Party camp has decided to tell Dennis Meadows, the time for you to go. Pack your bags and go. We will not put up with such nonsense anymore. So this is it. This is where we have it. The People's National Party Breaking news out of Jamaica. This is Make We Talk Breaking News. News just coming in to our news center. The People's National Party President Mark Jefferson Golden, dubbed Marky G, has asked Mr. Dennis Meadows to step aside as MP candidate of the People's National Party ticket come the next general election. Mr. Golden told Mr. Meadows the time has come for him to go. And so you have it. Mr. Meadows has resigned. Well, not has resigned. Mr. Meadows was asked to leave by the President of the People's National Party. Are we going to see the same thing with the Prime Minister of Jamaica telling Everett Warmington to step aside? Let us wait and see. But that's the news coming out of Jamaica. This is Make We Talk Breaking News. Before we go, the news item just in that the People's National Party President, Mr. Mark Jefferson Golden, has told Mr. Dennis Meadows to step aside as MP candidate for the People's National Party in the next general election based on utterance he made on the political campaign trail endorsing scamming. That's the news just coming into our news center. As soon as we get more, we'll pass it on to you. Until you hear my voice again at 7 o'clock or before that, I am Jeffrey Tavares saying have a pleasant day. And may God bless you. May God bless Jamaica land we love. Goodbye, everyone.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk.